Yo, what it is, Paddle Thumbz slash J-Dub slash Paddle Thumbz slash J-Dub slash Paddle Thumbz. And we're back, dude. We're going to do something different. We're going to do some Reactz. I found this dude on TikTok. Who's Next Sports. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm going to show you this. This is absolutely hilarious. We're reacting to Who's Next Sports. Home of the #1 sports show in the entire world. I mean, it says it in his bio, dude. Look at it. #1 sports show in the entire world. Let's see. Okay, see.
Talk about coming out swinging. In the 2012 NBA playoffs, the Oklahoma City Thunder won 8 of their first 9 games, due in large part to All-Stars Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, and the 6th man of the year, James Harden. The defending champs didn't stand a chance, and after sweeping the Mavs in Dallas, and then gentlemen sweeping Kobe and the Lakers, the Thunder found themselves down 0-2 against the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, Greg Poppy had those boys operating well. Tony Parker was
Greg Poppy.
I mean, look at that finish. Look at the finish. And it is never a good sign when Manu's fired up. Never a good sign. But the young guns in OKC fought back. And they fought back well. And James Harden off the bench.
They fought back. And they fought back well. Is there any... There has to be captions. Or not captions, but... Alright, we're going to continue. I don't even care.
Played a very important role, including one of the biggest postseason shots I've ever seen in my life and my personal all-time favorite. Series tied at 2 in foreign territory and 13 sizing up the claw. I don't care if that's rookie Kawhi, all right? That's still the claw. Manu with the double team, not smart, and James just throws this motherfucker right down the nylon. Just nets it. I mean, unbelievable stuff. But it gets better when you start just looking at the shot clock. Oh, I still have time. I still have time. Manu, go away. Go away, Manu. You don't want this. You don't want this smoke. Boom. Little tween, cross, step back, right down the net, son. The boys are fired up. Look at them go. The Spurs didn't stand a chance in Game 6. And the most electric young team in the game was headed to the finals. But unfortunately for the boys in blue, they had to face the most dangerous
boys in blue
on the planet. I mean, look at this stare right here. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? After losing to the Heat in the 2012 finals, James Harden and the Thunder entered into contract extension negotiations. The two sides couldn't reach an agreement. Harden wanted the max contract of 4 years, $60 million, but the Thunder refused to go higher than 4 years, $55 million. In the end, the Thunder ultimately made the decision to trade Harden due to the fact that the extra $5 million he was demanding would have cost them all kinds of luxury tax complications, which would take me a long time to get into, and who the hell wants to do all that math? Now, on the surface, that $5 million really doesn't seem like a big deal, and he felt like Harden should have just compromised. But James knew what he was worth. He felt like the Thunder had failed to realize his true value, and you can't shame the man for correctly betting on himself. And I tell you what, correctly betting on himself was an understatement, son. And little did the masses know that an unguardable demigod was being released into the city of Houston. On this week's episode of Man, everybody clear out. 13's about to play with his food. We're looking at the...
On this episode of Man.
Mayor of Houston, Jimbo Slice, James Harden. I don't care what anybody says, son. I don't care what anybody says. This right here, this is fucking beautiful. 3-time scoring champ, 2-time assist champ. 7 times has made an All-NBA team, and about 200 times has made me fall out of my fucking seat. There's something truly special in telling your teammates to clear out, move out of the fucking way. All right, go stand in the corner, and if I pass you that shit, it better be a green. It better be a green bean, son. After all this work I'm doing on top of the game, Joe Ingles doesn't stand a chance. I love Joe Ingles, but come on. In all seriousness, James Harden reached a level of unguardability. Either he was going to put it in the net, go to the free throw line, or he was dishing it to one of his teammates. And he took it to a whole nother level in his MVP season in 2018.
Oh gosh.
Sorry, Jamal.
Oh my gosh.
Disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
December 13, 2018 and January 13, 2019, Harden went 16 consecutive games with at least 30 points and 5 assists. Just Chris Smoove my career numbers, son. Just so
So just Chris Smoove my career numbers, son.
Respectful with every move he made. I mean, what the fuck was that? Come on! You want to talk about coming out swinging?
All bark, no bite. Let's see what this is. Oh, we already seen Larry. We already seen Larry.
When Odell Beckham Jr. came into the National Football League in 2014, he missed the first 4 games of the season due to a nagging hamstring injury. In Week 5, he made his NFL debut when the New York Giants hosted the Atlanta Falcons. And late into the 4th quarter, Eli Manning hucked one deep to 13, and Giants fans all around got to see quickly that they had drafted something very special. But it was when the light shined the brightest that number 13 mutated into a super... With the 3rd overall pick in the 2004 NFL Draft, the Arizona
go back.
Odell Beckham Jr. made his NFL debut when Odell Beckham Jr. came into the National Football League in 2014. He missed the first 4 games of the season due to a nagging hamstring injury. In Week 5, he made his NFL debut when the New York Giants hosted the Atlanta Falcons. And late into the fourth quarter, Eli Manning hucked one deep to 13, and Giants fans all around got to see quickly that they had drafted something very special. But it was when the lights shined the brightest that number 13 mutated into a superhero. Despite the Giants having an abysmal season, Odell was sticking out like a sore thumb. Monday night, Week 9 against Indianapolis, Odell totaled 8 receptions for 156 yards. The following week...
The way this man tells stories is insane. Like, if you have any musical, if you know music, he crescendos his story insanely. Like, he starts off slow, low pitch, and he just slowly tells it, and he gets to his peak, and in this episode of Man.
Like, he put up 7 receptions for 108 yards, and at home versus San Fran the next week, he put up 6 receptions for 93 big ones. But oh baby, are we about to have some fun?
The climax.
On November 23rd, 2014, the New York Giants were hosting the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. On the very first play of the second quarter, Eli Manning unloaded one deep to 13, which can be seen at the top of the screen. But little did Eli, anyone in the stadium, and anyone watching at home know that this throw was about to change the lives of millions across America. And I think I'm going to let Collinsworth and Al Michaels take us home, baby.
He's the running back. Play action. And Manning's going to heave one. There's a flag. Beckham, one-handed catch. How in the world? Oh, my
goodness. Oh, my goodness. The catch that started it all. Odell me. Throw it up a little bit higher so I can catch it like Odell. There's an entire generation of children that know nothing else. I don't even want to know how many kids across America started their football careers because of this catch alone. But here we go. No player in NFL history has had a greater impact on the game in the first 3 seasons than Odell Beckham Jr. did. You can argue Randy Moss, but Odell did it in way fewer games. The guy was no one-hit wonder. He followed up that catch with nothing but pure poetry on the football field on this week's episode of Man. When I grow up, I want to snag it like Odell Beckham Jr.
What did I tell you? Man, when I grow up.
We're looking at, you guessed it, number 13, OBJ. Despite only playing 12 games in his rookie season, Odell racked up over 1,300 receiving yards and 12 receiving touchdowns, averaging over 108 yards a game. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? That's exceptional, son. Just exceptional. In 2015, he doubled down, backed up his Rookie of the Year campaign with another outstanding season, racking up 8 100-yard games and tied the franchise record for the most touchdown catches in a single season with 13. The dude racked up over 4,100 receiving yards and damn near 300 receptions in his first 3 seasons. And he was leaping hurdles in MetLife Stadium, baby. Leaping them! There wasn't one flaw you could find in his game. He was excellent after the catch. His hands were like none other, and his route running abilities were disgusting. I mean, look at the speed. Look at that breakaway speed, baby. Who's catching that? Who's catching number 13? Not me. Not me, son. Loved watching Eli hit Odell over the middle and letting number 13 just get cooking. Go, baby. Get in there. That's got to be 6. Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir. Give me a moonwalk. Give me a moonwalk, baby. Let's go. When Odell Beckham Jr. came into the National Football League.
Manning was different. The sheriff is in town.
Cameron Newton gave the world a beautiful reminder of how
Cameron
fun the game of
Newton.
football can be. Did just about everything with a smile on his face. I mean, could you imagine being one of these little 10-year-olds right here? Are you kidding me? Like, good Lord. Number 1 showed up to the football field every Sunday with nothing but pure electricity. It was a goddamn formula for unparalleled football watching. On this week's episode, man, I love the energy that guy brings to the gridiron. We're looking at none other than Cam Superman Newton. Came into the league his rookie year in 2011 and threw for over 4,000 yards and 21 touchdown passes. And then he ran 14 in on his own. Of being responsible for 35 touchdowns right out of the womb. Some guy was a 6'6", 270-pound war machine. I don't care what Pro Football Reference has him listed at. They're lying to you. Does that look like 245 pounds to you? Does that look like 245 pounds? I mean, dear God. Could you imagine hearing, hey, coach, during team for practice today, what do we have for red zone defense? Buddy, do you know who we play this week? I've got no fucking clue what we're doing for red zone defense. I think my Mike and Will linebacker are going to flip a coin each play to see which one must lower their shoulder against number 1. I mean, geez, there are literally household name Hall of Fame running backs with less career rushing touchdowns than Cam Newton. If you don't believe me, it's a Google search away, son. It is a Google search
It's a
away.
Google search
I'm
away.
not about to name drop in this video. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler and a 2015 League MVP, and he probably would have done more if he didn't take hits like a Hall of Fame running back throughout his entire career. But it's Super Cam, baby. He was like the Avatar football. He did incredible damage through the air and on the ground. Get in there, baby! When Peyton Manning came into the league in 1998, there was one thing you could always bet on. It's that he was going to be under center for all 16 every goddamn year. Never missed a snap. In Week 7 of the 2006 season, Peyton Manning took a shot to the neck against Washington, which at the time was having their defense coordinated by Greg Williams. I mean, good grief, real shocker there. It was the play that redeemed the start of Peyton's neck problems, but the sheriff didn't miss a beat. Calls a timeout. Where's my helmet? Just ready to go. It's at this moment Peyton could feel a little bit of numbness in his right hand. But not only did he finish the game, but he finished the whole goddamn season, winning the Super Bowl and also taking home Super Bowl MVP. Peyton continued to play through his injury and went on to play 4 more seasons, throwing for over 4,000 yards each year, winning 2 more MVPs, making 4 Pro Bowl teams, making 2 first-team All-Pros, and being considered unanimously throughout the league as the best player in football. But the nerve damage from his neck problems was getting worse and worse. At the conclusion of the 2010 season, he was forced to undergo career-altering neck surgery. The first 2 smaller operations failed to prevent the disc in his neck from doing more damage, so he had to get spinal fusion surgery. He underwent 4 medical procedures in just 19 months. They said it rendered his neck almost bionic. Now, while the surgery was a success, he lost almost all his arm strength. It was so bad he could barely grip a football at one point. He was forced to sit out for the entirety of the 2011 season, and for the first time in Peyton Manning's career, he had to watch from the sideline. He was so vital to Indianapolis at the time that the team went 2-14, which landed them the first overall pick in the NFL draft. The same pick they used to take Andrew Luck, which basically meant they were telling their Super Bowl winning Hall of Fame quarterback to get lost, and they cut him. They cut Peyton fucking Manning. Now I'm getting fired up. The sheriff knew he had more left in the tank, and John Elway and the good fellows down in Denver gave him the keys, and he was ready to prove to the world that he needs to wear the holster. Now, gentlemen, please join me for a very special edition of this week's episode of Man. They should have never drove the sheriff out of town.
In this episode of Man, they should have never drove the sheriff.
We're looking at the first ballot Hall of Fame.
This guy is fucking great,
Manning,
bro.
The man, number 18, the one in charge, son. Peyton stepped into Mile High and made it his, baby. I mean, fans couldn't believe what they were watching. It was so bad, he had to tell the boys to hush down. Let the sheriff go to work, son. Comes back his first year, throws for just under 4,700 yards and 37 touchdowns. In his sophomore season, Peyton Manning had the greatest single-season quarterback performance of all time. He threw for 5,477 yards and 55 touchdown passes while taking home his 5th MVP. After the neck surgery, baby! 5 MVPs! Make it 5 of them! I mean, these boys down in Denver in 2013 were a oiled machine. You didn't want to see him. I mean, look at the placement. Look at the placement from Peyton. No feeling in those right fingers, but who gives a damn? I'm putting it on the money. Just putting it on a platter. Peyton did everything in Denver, broke career records, broke single-season records, and finished on top with a Lombardi trophy. So next time you ask yourself why Peyton calls himself a Bronco, it's because Denver is home, and they didn't give up on the sheriff!
My pops is a Denver fan, bro. I got
When Peyton Manning came into the league,
I gotta share that to him, bro. Oh, dude, this guy is a genius. I fucking love it.
when the opposing special team
Oh, no.
the field,
Oh, no.
sent the ball back flying to number 23, right? Just send it soaring through the air. You could bet your ass it was getting taken back to the promised land every single time. This week's episode of Man. I love the way that guy runs. We're looking at the 4-time Pro Bowler, Devin Anytime Hester. Okay?
Devin.
The Windy City
Anytime
Farmer.
Hester.
What a hell of a name there. And you know what? Hell of a move that is. To catch the ball and take a couple walking steps just to take a gander downfield before you take off, right? And by the way, every one of these clips in this video, even though they're cut short, are all tutties. His rookie year, he returned 3 kicks back to the promised land and 3 punts as well. That's 6 total, okay? And then he repeated it his sophomore season with 4 returned punts and 2 more kicks. All back to the cribbo. All back to the crib. Just house calls every single time, okay? In 2013, his total yardage for return kicks on the year was over 1,400 yards. I mean, what the fuck? Those are running back numbers right there. That is unbelievable, okay? And then he had 1,100 some in 2014. I mean, just productivity throughout his entire career, okay? 3 times he made a first-team All-Pro team. You know, Devin Hester is an absolute menace. Look at him taking it back on the first play of the Super Bowl. Just taking it to the crib for the city of Chicago, baby. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Number 23's got that football. You know, shame on LeSean McCoy, right? Shame on him. Sunday's supposed to be a family day, right? He's just out here embarrassed.
I just read the caption. Had boys tackling oxygen.
People in front of their families on this week's episode of Man. I love the way that guy runs. We're looking at the two-time Super Bowl champion, LeSean Shady McCoy. All right, two-time first-team All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler,
Hey,
over 11,000.
you see that? You see that little head movement? He's like, hey.
Career rushing yards.
The fuck?
2013, he was averaging over
You see
100
that?
yards.
What did I just say? I'm
On
saying.
the ground and over 33 through the air. Gentlemen, that's damage, okay? There's no other way around it, all right? And I want you to take a good look at some of these players on the receiving end of number 25's wiggle, right? Guy had a crazy burst and an even crazier wiggle. I mean, you will talk about having a guy just fly out of the screen. Literally,
He did that
these
in
boys are
snow.
tackling nothing, right? They're not even getting a hand on number 25. you could have changed the game to two-hand touch and he still would be moving forward. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You could change the game to two-hand touch, and he'd still be moving forward.
Okay, that was a 3-time Pro Bowler in Buffalo during his 4-year stint there, right?
Oh,
Just
fuck.
productivity, right? He had a beautiful career. In 2016, he averaged damn near 85 on the ground, 24 through the air. Oh, I mean, I'm as a coach, I'm just daring my boys, get a finger on 25. Get a finger. Just try, please. I mean, somebody get a finger on number 25. Dear God!
That last clip where he stopped on a dime, came back.
Shame on LeSean McCoy.
Hold on.
25, get a finger on number 25. Dear God! Shame on LeSean.
If I ever seen that move, I ain't gonna lie, I'm flying that way. I'm flying to the left. I'm flying that way. Nah, I've seen that move before. I got caught one time, but not again, not after that though.
Sean, a short 5 years ago, Russell Westbrook was making close to about $40 million a year. Perennial all-star, but it didn't matter, all right? I want you to answer me this. Who was the first to hit the deck every time there was a loose ball, son? That's right. On this week's episode of Man. I love the way that guy nets that motherfucker. We're looking at the 9-time all-star Russell Westbrook, all right? The Brody. Mr. Triple-double. Beast Brook, right? Humor yourself. He's got a million of them. In the 2016-2017 season, after getting betrayed by his homie, he said, you know what?
Getting betrayed by his homie.
But I'm going to average a triple-double. I'm going to do something that right now at the time everyone on earth is deeming untouchable, right? The triple-double Oscar Robertson record. And during the next 4 seasons, he went on to not only shatter that record, but borderline torture it by averaging a triple-double for 3 more seasons, right? That's 4 triple-double seasons in the span of 5 years, and I don't want to hear shit about the stat pattern, right? There's nothing stat pattern about hustling, son. There's nothing stat pattern about getting all over the floor, diving for everything, making plays for your team, right? Do you have any idea what a big-time dunk does for the 8 slappies on the bench? I mean, you know what that does for morale when your star player is just getting after it, right? Just getting after it. Team chemistry is through the roof.
Team chemistry is through the roof.
A short 5 years ago.
Alright, so that's gonna end it for episode 1 of Who's Next Sports. /Paddle Thumb says, we out. We out.